Abraham received some beautiful promises from God. God said, hey, Abraham, you leave this land where you live right now. Leave your family. Follow me. I'm going to make out of you a great nation. I'll bless those that bless you. He gives him some tremendous promises. And he says, I'm going to actually give you a son that'll be a promised son. And Abraham believed God. And he used his faith to walk with God for 25 years without seeing the promise come to pass. And in fact, he's waiting from 75 until 100 years of age. He's as good as dead before he actually has a child. And so he's walking with God for 25 years, not seeing anything that God had promised him, but still believing that God would do exactly what he said he was going to do. So I think you would agree with me that Abraham has already proven he has faith, does he not? He's proven it by his walk with God, by claiming and believing and receiving the promises of God. And this is so true in our lives, that God will test your faith by asking you to believe his promises even before you see the reality of those promises in your life. To believe that God is going to do incredible things for you even when you can't see it in the moment. And so your faith is tested by when you're going through a troublesome time and you believe the promise of God, that God is going to get me through this. You hold on to God's promises with and by faith, and you receive the peace of God. You receive the strength of God. You receive God making a way where there is no way in your life. You see God work because you've received something. You use your faith to reach out and take hold of the promises of God. And so faith requires this action of saying, God, I'm reaching out and I'm taking hold of your promises. By the way, did you do your homework from last week? I want to ask everybody to stand who did their homework. No, don't do it. Okay. Some of you had a heart attack right then, didn't you? Okay. The reason I had you to do that homework last week is because I wanted you to become familiar and to continue to familiarize yourself with the promises of God, because you need the promises of God in your life. It's what you take hold of to receive the strength of God. It's the key that unlocks the doors of blessing in your life. To believe and trust God, your faith is put to work by believing the promises of God. And so you receive from that. So one of the ways your faith is tested